What's going on? We're back at it today. So another week, another pound down actually. So we meaning me and Nick been working on getting me where I need to be. So he wrote me a workout. It's a push and pull. Great workout overall. Need a little tweaking. It was not enough for me. So I'm gonna show you the whole conversation in a minute. But what I will say was workable. We worked on it. So today is Thursday. I spoke to him yesterday, Wednesday, did it on Tuesday and Wednesday. So today, the modified version, we just added more repetitions, meaning another set. So I was doing 3 sets. I did 4 to 5. I did 5. I'm sorry, 5 I did. Works great. I don't know tomorrow how I feel. If I'm going to be regretting this or what. So far, I feel great. I'm excited where this is going. I'm very excited. The reason I'm excited, he's listening. He's giving me feedback. And that's what kind of coach you need or trainer. And I'm actually happy I hooked up with Nick and getting him on here and stuff like that. So let's get him on the air, see what's up, and I'll be right back. All right, Nick, we're back at it again for another week, another thing. So, how you doing, first of all? Let's go start with that. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. How's everything going?
Pretty good. Okay, so here's the update with me so far since last time we spoke. So I've been going to the gym. I changed my routine a little bit. I'm not going to AM. I'm going PM, and because I'm trying different gyms out right now. So
Okay.
this week I experimented with a gym. And your gym that you know of very well actually is Planet Fitness, literally about 7 minutes away from work. So that was this week. Next week I'm going to get a day pass. I'm going to go back to my favorite gym, Powerhouse, for a week. So it is 20 minutes away, but I'm experimenting with a different gym. And the third one I'm going to experiment is like a halfway through my house is Anytime Fitness. So I'm going to play with those, see which one is more convenient and what works for us with the workouts. There's where I'm at with that. Workout, the first couple workouts, it wasn't too bad. I felt I didn't do enough. That's my thing. So the next day I was not sore at all, to be honest with you.
Do you feel it's more volume or more intensity?
Neither. I feel like I didn't do enough, to be honest with you. I feel like I need to add a couple more exercise in it, or maybe we should add another 1 or 2 more reps in it. I don't know what you're thinking.
How long did that take you to complete?
About 30 minutes.
Okay. So you went through sort of one exercise,
Mm-hmm.
then all the sets, then the next exercise, all the
Yep.
sets. Okay. Yeah, so like 2 options there. We could either add a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
or we could go up in volume to maybe like 5 sets apiece.
Okay, what are you thinking at this point?
My personal philosophy, I do feel it's better to keep things more simple, because when you have like 10 different exercises, it's much harder to track,
Mm-hmm.
and much harder to get progress overall because the exercises will change. But when you have like 4 or 5 solid foundations, it's easier to track. And then, like week by week, hey, my numbers are going up here. I feel this exercise a little more because it's going to take some getting used to. So within 2, 3 weeks, you'll be able to feel things a little more. And then that's going to help with intensity. That's going to help with growth.
Okay, so let's do this then. Let's add 1 or 2 more reps into the exercise like you recommended, and keep it simple for now. And in a week or 2 weeks from now, if we're still having the same issue, let's do that. Now, with soreness, is that normal for that repetition? I only did sets of 3 of 10 reps each, so I didn't really get sore the next day. Is that what you're looking for out of this? Because I usually get sore.
Yeah, so a little soreness is okay, not too much. So within the next 1 to 2 days after the workout, you should have a little touch of soreness going on. If not, what we can do is we can. So it can also come down to weight as well. So we can take where that 10 reps
Mm-hmm.
becomes where the weight is enough where it becomes very hard by like rep 8, and that way you're squeezing out rep 9, you're squeezing out rep 10. That can do the trick as well.
So let me ask you a question. If let's say I do, except doing 10 reps, can I do like 12 or 15? Is that okay?
Better to keep the rep range lower.
Mm-hmm.
So when you run it high, you're going to get blood to the muscle, and you're burning a little bit of calories, but it's not really good for muscle growth or muscle strength.
Mm-hmm.
It'll give you a quick pump while you're doing it, but then after the workout, it's sort of going to deflate.
Okay.
Whereas if you go heavier for anywhere between 6 to 10 reps is really good. That way you're building the actual muscle size itself, and
Mm.
you're also working on strength as well.
Okay. The only thing I was gonna ask, when you do the workouts for me, can you give me like a second option? Because sometimes getting that equipment is like a pain in the ass. You know
Yeah,
that. That's the only thing.
absolutely.
Because like, which one was it? The leg press. I waited for a while to get that leg press. To be honest with you, because every time I turn around and try to get it, somebody was on it. I'm like, God damn. But I know a powerhouse. I'm not made to have that issue, but they have like three different versions of leg press. So
Yeah.
now, is that any difference between this, laying back one, or this sitting up one? Is there any difference, or they're all the same shit, really?
They're pretty much the same, just slightly different angle. It'll hit the muscle differently, but way safer than squatting. So, like, if you squat with a bar on your back,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a lot on the hips, it's a lot on the lower back. Whereas a leg press, it takes all that out of the equation. So you could go a little heavier and put more focus on the leg muscle itself
Mm.
without worrying about doing any injury or damage.
I do know the squat can damage your neck too, because it's right on your neck bone back there. If I'm not mistaken. Okay. What do you think about protein? How am I doing on that?
It looks good. I see that you have your shake in there. I seen those eggs in the
Mm.
morning.
Yep.
That's great. How do you feel overall with that?
So far, so good. I think I can go up a little more on protein somehow. I'm trying to squeeze in a little more protein. I gotta figure out how to do that. That's where I'm struggling. I'm like, you think there's enough protein for now? Should I not mess with it?
Do you have an idea of how much that's coming in at?
I haven't plugged it in my Fitness Pal because I've been plugging it into your app only.
Okay. Yeah, it could if you want to, you can plug it through MyFitnessPal and there should be a way to
Mm-hmm.
link the two. So I'll be able to link the two, but you don't have to track it all the time, but it is good just to get an idea how many grams of protein are coming on a daily
Mm-hmm.
basis. Basically, we want to get as close to 1 gram per pound of body weight. It doesn't have to be exact, but close to that number is gonna really help out.
Okay, so the other question I was gonna ask you, the protein bar. I remember watching one of your old videos on your channel, say some are
Yep.
good or some are bad. Is that a good brand or is it a shitty brand?
It's not horrible, but it's not like some of the best either. The reason is I believe there's soy protein in there, and there's a couple of other things in that specific brand.
Mm-hmm.
Um, have you ever tried Quest before?
I have tried the brand, but I never tried the proteins. The ones I have stocked up actually right now is MRE's protein bars. I have 2 boxes of
Oh,
those. So how are those? That's my
okay.
next question I was gonna ask you.
That may be okay. We got to see the label. What we're really looking for is sometimes we'll have a protein bar and it'll be more like a Snickers bar than a protein bar.
Mm-hmm.
So, depending on how many sugars and carbs are really in that bar, some of them are just glorified Snickers bar with a little bit of protein. Whereas brands like Quest and certain brands like that, the protein will be like probably 20 grams a piece, but the carbs are very, very low. So, it's mostly just protein.
Yeah, because the ones I have is oatmeal cookie, chocolate cookie oatmeal, and chocolate chip cookie dough. So I'll send you that later off camera later, so you can look at it. I'll text you that. The other question I got, what do you think about the protein I'm using?
Yeah, that's decent. So you're putting what, 1 or 2 scoops
1 scoop.
after?
I can put 2 scoops if you think it's better.
Yeah, if you put the 2 scoops, that way because you're gonna get close. You're gonna be adding like another 20 grams of protein or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the serving size is. So like that's where protein shakes really come into play, is because it's convenient to start to up the numbers a little bit.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question because I know I'm trying to cut myself at 6 o'clock. Now I'm having the protein later. Would that affect much? How is that plays out?
It may not affect much overall. So really depends on. We don't really need to get a full fasting window, but you do want to have a time that the body is resting and digesting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you cut it a couple hours before you're going to sleep, that's actually the most important, because once you're going to sleep, the body could either rest or it can digest. So if you have food in the stomach right before bed, it's sort of you're not going to get into a deep sleep because of that.
Oh, really? I never knew that because I was always
Yeah.
told. I believe is it like a myth in the fitness world? I was told like you can eat right before bed and you'll be fine. I was even told you can have a protein shake right literally 5 minutes before your bed and it's the best thing to build muscle. I guess that's wrong. You're saying?
A protein is the only possibility that would be okay. Um, you don't want to have like a bunch of carbs or sugars before you go to bed because it'll be jumping your insulin all around.
Hmm.
But protein, you can't you if you do want to do that, it's not really necessary. But some people do a shake or they do like casein protein. And it's like
Like
slow
Casey, me,
digesting. It'll
Casey, me don't
yeah,
get along. We don't not get along. You can stay in your side of the room. I'll stay on my side of the room. Let's keep it like that. The only question I got for you was like my protein. I add almond milk, like I mentioned on time. I know that's gonna check up the numbers a little bit. So should I still add a second scoop, like you said? I don't mind doing it. What I just wanted your feedback on it.
absolutely. Is the almond milk is that unsweetened?
Yes. Yeah, because I know if I knew that was gonna first question you're gonna ask me when I said almond milk because everybody goes for the sweet because they want that flavor. No, I like the unsweetened. I get the vanilla unsweetened one, and it's zero down the board. I think it has some carbs. Hang on, I'll show you right now because I think I have it last time on my Fitness Pal. Last time I used it. What are you? Because I think that will make play a big difference with that. What kind of milk you're using, right? Oh no.
100%. And that's the thing. There's a lot of sneaky stuff like added sugar that will hide in a lot of things. So like even if it is almond milk, if it's regular, there may be like 15, 20 grams of sugar per cup. So those are all the same thing with condiments too. So like if you're using hot sauce or mustard, that's great. But once you get into other sauces, barbecue sauce, stuff like that, some of them have a lot of sugar in them. Some of them have a lot of high fructose corn syrup. So that's all stuff that could basically, when you're bringing too much of that in, your body will be in a fat storing mode instead of a fat burning mode. So it just makes it harder to get lean.
Actually, yeah, I will. As a chef, I'm like, hot sauce is a great example. I'm not hot sauce. Barbecue is a great example. It has so much sugar in there. It's not even funny. I think it's like 80 grams or some crazy number like that. But versus like let's say a Tabasco sauce, it's literally
Yeah.
it's zero down the board. It's nothing really on there. It's mostly peppers ground up into a water base. So back to the almond milk on unsweetened vanilla. I use for 1 cup is 34 calories, 1.1 grams of carbs, 2.8 grams of fat, and 1.1 grams of protein. Now,
That's
so that's for one
perfect.
cup. So if we add another cup to it, we're talking about 2 cups. So that's about double that. So that's not too crazy, or am I wrong?
No, that's not going to put you overboard.
Hmm.
That'll be okay.
Okay. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. I kind of talked about it a little bit with the app with you. Cardio. What are we thinking about that? This is the one I'm like, I don't know if I should do some, should I not do some? Like, I know. What are you thinking?
Well, what is your thought on it? Do you enjoy doing it? Is it like where are you on it?
Me and cardio have a love hate relationship. We love it and we hate it at the same time. So I don't feel like I feel like I do need it because it helps me burn the extra fat, obviously. But I hate doing it at the same time. But 45 minutes I can do easily. I don't run. I read a lot of research, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Most research says running doesn't really burn extra fat anymore. You can do a nice decline, like a 4.5, 5.0, run there about 3.0, 3.2 speed, and you can burn as
Yeah.
much as you're running. So you tell me.
Oh, yeah, lower impact is better. So walking is definitely top of the list. If you do want to use a machine like an elliptical or something like that, you could condense the whole thing down to like 10 minutes. Basically, you're doing like 1 minute fast or 2 minutes fast, and then 30 or you do like a sprint of like 30
Hmm.
seconds, and then like a minute or two slow. 30 seconds fast, minute or two slow. That will condense the time that you're doing cardio. It's way more effective that way.
Okay. So cardio is a yes though, or a no for now afterwards.
Yeah, you could add that at the end of a workout. That could be good. If you do it at the beginning of the workout, it's going to burn up some of your fuel, so then you're not going to have as much oomph to
Yeah,
lift
I
weight.
if I do any, I might do like 10 minutes of warm up, but it depends really how long I'm sitting in the car from the work to the gym. Because if I'm coming right off work, I'm already go 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 go. I think I'm warmed up enough at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
But now if I'm going for from one gym like a powerhouse for my job is 20 minutes, so I might have to do like a quick 20-minute warm up, or could I jump right into it? What are you thinking?
As long as you're getting the joints loosened up, so
Mm-hmm.
we'll put like some mobility stuff in there. It doesn't have to be long. As long as you're getting your shoulders moving and loose,
Okay.
you get your hips and knees moving and loose. That's the most important. Because if you come in cold and you try to, as you're lifting heavier, that's like when an injury would happen. So definitely want to get everything moving.
Okay.
That could be as easy as jumping jacks. It could be jumping on the elliptical for a couple of minutes, or it could be like a dynamic stretching.
Okay. So I think the next week I would like to record what I'm doing and send it to you
Yeah.
through the app or through a message or whatever you want. I don't care. Because I want to see if my technique how it is. I think my technique is pretty decent. It's not the greatest. I don't think nobody's technique is perfect. Everybody has to work on it a little bit. Except you're a professional, and like I was saying, we both know I'm not a professional in that matter. So I think that's where we're at. How you think so far everything's going?
I think it's going okay. How do you feel? What do you feel is the biggest win that you've had thus far?
I made it to the gym after work. That's the biggest win to me. Just showing up to the gym and doing
Fantastic.
it. And I actually have a workout partner now. So me and my partner go to the gym and work out. So I have to go. I'm liable. If I'm tired, I'm like I don't get like, oh, you chicken out to me. Like I have to show up now with my partner. As simple as that. So that's why we're trying different workouts so we can get to the gym.
Yeah,
So they keep me liable. I'm keeping their liable. If that makes sense.
100%.
I think
They somebody you work with, or they meet you at the gym?
we meet at the gym. So we meet a gym in like that's why I'm trying to find a gym in the middle for both of us because she lives in a different location, I live in a different location, so we're trying to meet in the middle, and it just kind of like trying to find the right gym is kind of hard.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're going. And she's a big fan of this channel. It's Stacy actually. She's me and her we're working out together. So we're trying to find the middle ground on that right now. So where's a good gym? It's like it's that's why Powerhouse is 20 minutes from my job and 20 minutes from her house from her job, but it's 45 minutes from my house. That's the problem. But it's only
yeah,
30 minutes. So I don't know if that's going to work out, but hey, I think Powerhouse is a great gym. To be honest. I know, you've been there once, right?
yeah. A couple of times. That's a great environment over there.
I love that environment. And just walking in there with the heavy metal, old school, dark gym, you're going to get a workout when you go in there.
Yeah,
The only problem is it's freaking far from my house. That's the only problem. If Powerhouse is watching it, there's a lot of places around here. You should open one in, Strasbourg. I'm just saying. So, but
yeah.
I
Well,
think,
that's important too.
yeah.
Yeah, you get different environments. You'll stimulate different workouts. It makes it more fun. You have more variety.
Mhm.
That way, it's not like the same mundane thing over and over and over.
Yeah. So I think this week went pretty well overall. So it just, any adjustment in the diet, what do you think so far?
What do you feel is your biggest challenge right now?
I'll probably say food a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Food is one of them.
Okay, what do you feel is challenging about that?
Trying to get the right food in me sometimes. Definitely on Wednesdays, they're the roughest days because I got running around my mom all day long, and sometimes I don't have the stuff like that. And, the time and effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I could probably use Wednesday like a cheat day kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, but again, I'm not a big fan of that either. So
Are you prepping food as you go? I've seen some of those. Those are like you prep the day before.
I
Some
try
of
to
the
prep
stuff
two
you
or
have.
3 days out. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna probably have like a salad with a little bit of tuna fish. I call it that'll be a good meal for tomorrow. Because I didn't have time to cook today. I'm probably gonna have time to cook tomorrow for Wednesday, for Friday, and Saturday. With Sunday, I'm just kind of only leave it a little open because I'm gonna be home most of the day because it's my day off. This is my weekend off. So it goes back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So what are you thinking? Are you want me to just continue for
What?
now and you see how it goes? I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the most important thing getting started is just getting into the habit of tracking
Mm-hmm.
things before we start making too many changes. It's just good to get into the habit of tracking because we want to get a base idea as to where we're starting, like what's coming in, and then from there we can know, oh, do we have to up the protein? What other things do we have to look at? How can we come up with good swaps? Um, that way, eventually, we get to the point where we're maybe meal prepping 1 or 2 days out, and at least you could like double up the protein, so you could still stick to what you're having, but just like increase protein a little
That
bit.
reminds me. I was gonna ask you. I was thinking about changing my breakfast, like having it's kind of change it up once in a while because again, eating the same thing every day kind of gets boring after a while. I've been eating hard-boiled eggs for the last 3 or 4 months. I'm getting a little tired of it. Maybe switch it to an omelet. Maybe I'm thinking maybe like a cheese veggie omelet. What are you thinking?
Yeah, how do you feel when you eat like that before you work out? Do you feel a difference versus like have you tried not eating versus having eggs in the morning?
I tried before not eating, going to the gym when I lived in Mount Pocono. When Mount Pocono Planet Fitness right there when it first opened. Bad
Yeah.
idea. I got lightheaded really fast. I'm like
Okay.
if the gym wasn't around the corner, I'll be screwed because I couldn't drive. That's how lightheaded I got.
How do you feel like stomach wise, digestion wise when you eat and then you go work out? You're okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Never had an issue with it. But don't forget, I work out at night now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so just trying to find different things.
So, you're trying to see what to change for breakfast?
Yeah, maybe change it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? What do you
Yeah,
think?
as long as you stick to mostly whether it's hard boiled eggs or you make them into an omelet or you fry them, that's all good. If you do like avocado, if you get something like that in
Oh,
there,
I love
that could be
avocado.
good.
I love avocado, bro. Like I can destroy that shit out of that every day. My problem is I eat too much
Yeah,
avocado sometimes.
that turkey bacon could be really good.
Yep.
It's a little less fat and a little less grease than regular bacon. So those are all great additions. The key is really just focusing on like what the protein is for each meal. Because if you could identify that, everything else will sort of fall into place.
Okay. So I'll try the oatmeal. I mean oatmeal. The eggs once in a while to change it up. Then I'll double the protein this week and see how that goes, and I would adjust it as we're going.
Yeah, there's also so there's a way like you mix eggs like an omelet,
Hmm.
but instead of putting it in the frying pan, you put it in like a muffin tray with like cupcake liners. You could put like chopped bacon, scallion, uh, mushroom, whatever you want, chopped cheese, and you put it and pour it in the containers, the molds, and then you have like these little breakfast muffins
Yeah,
that are pretty
they're
much mostly egg.
tafadas. They're called breakfast tafadas. Actually, you're baking the eggs. I've done it 100 times. It's very simple recipe. They'll recommend a little egg in it too. I'm not egg. I'm sorry, milk to bind it a little better. But you can use almond milk an example because it can bind it really well, and you have less fat and get more protein. So yeah, I definitely try that. I have nothing against that because I'm always willing to try anything for once. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then how do you feel as you're getting through your work day? Do you feel hungrier because now you're going to be working out at night, right?
Sometimes I do. I do get a little munchier in through the day, but that to me I think is normal because you're not eating through the day again. So I just ignore it and just go on my day. I'm like I have my coffee or my water.
So if you work out at night, are you eating a meal after you're done with that workout?
Nope, my protein shake is the last thing I have.
After the workout.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, as long as you're getting something in after the workout, that's key. But a shake is probably your best bet because it's lighter to digest.
Hmm.
It'll digest pretty fast, but at least you want to have around 30 to 50 grams of protein right after you work out. That's going to help with recovery. It's going to help muscle growth.
Okay, so I'm in good shape pretty much. You're saying right now.
Yeah, how do you feel like energy wise throughout the day? Okay.
Depends how much sleep I got the night before. I've been trying to focus on sleep too because I know that's one of the issues we're talking about. Now that I'm working out later, I don't have to go to bed as early, but I'm trying to get in bed at a certain time. So before I was getting 4 to 5 hours. Now I'm between 5 to 6. So it increased a little bit.
That is good news.
Yeah. So that's a plus. Towards the end of the day, after working all day long, that's the last time I want to go to the gym. So I need that little oomph into it. So I tried that Celsius like you told me. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna try my version of a pre-workout is Kill It from 5% Nutrition. And we talked about it earlier today. And I know
Yeah.
you say it's a little bit high on caffeine. That you said right.
It is, especially if you're going to be doing that at towards the nighttime. I would definitely keep that cut in half because that'll it's going to stimulate you quite a bit, and that's going to make it real hard to go to sleep.
So personally, I take that at night no matter what. I mean half it no matter what. Excuse me. Because I think it's way too much caffeine for one person. 500 milligrams is a lot. No offense to Rich Piazza, rest in peace and everything, but that guy's insane. 500. What is the next 1,000? Shit. But I caffeine doesn't affect me like normal people because I drink it so much. You know what I'm saying? When you drink it so much, you need more oomph than less, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's not interfering with sleep. And where are we? Oh, right here. But if so, I keep this as a backup. Basically, melatonin, like low
Yep.
dose. And so any night that I'm on the computer late or I'm doing stuff and I like my brain is still going, this is pretty safe to take. And then that way it'll help you sort of fall asleep. You'll have deeper sleep. So I always keep a bottle just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Nights that I'm either working late or I'm on the computer, because I know my once the brain starts going, it's hard to shut down. But especially like after you come home from a workout, if you're all energetic and still going, melatonin could help to start to calm that down.
Oh, yeah, that's something to think about. Like later on, we can touch that. Like, I know I started the what was it, apple cinnamon gummies yesterday. So
Okay.
they're decent actually. I thought they would like taste like shit, but for solo, they're actually not that bad. So I'm gonna be definitely be doing a review on those very soon. But I tried the other supplements we talked about. Where is it? I'll tell you right now if I can find the website. Put this over here. Where's my Amazon? Because I know we talked about it a little bit last week. So I'm on the
Oh yeah,
multivitamin.
you were
Yeah, I'm on
the
the multivitamin.
vitamin D, right?
Yeah, I got the vitamin D. I'm using that. I got the fish oil. I'm using that too. So I'm also on the what is it? The multivitamin we talked about, the collagen for the skin and hair again, and biotin for skin and hair. So anything else you want to add there, or you want to keep that to the same?
You could stick with that for now. See how things go over the weeks. When are you taking them?
Lunchtime.
Okay, you take them with food, right?
Yes, it's around. My lunchtime is around 2:30, 3 o'clock the latest.
Yeah, that's the most important is to make sure you take them with food. Because the fat soluble vitamins, if you take them on an empty stomach, you don't really absorb as much.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so things like vitamin D, always take with food. The body will absorb as much as possible then.
Okay, good to know then. So I definitely will keep that in mind because I usually do it for with lunch anyway because this makes it more. Because it's the only one I cannot take with food. You have to take 20 minutes before food is the biotin because it cancels out. Like definitely if you have any caffeine an hour before or an hour after you take it, it cancels completely out. You're just wasting time and money at the point. That's the only thing. But I don't try to avoid certain days, certain amount of days with caffeine. Like after 12 o'clock, I'll cut myself off. So after that, I'm gonna be water for the rest of the day, and obviously big bottles like this I usually drink. All those 32 Pepsi ones I've been drinking. So I drink through that through the day. Then I might have a little caffeine towards 7 o'clock towards the end of the day. Just finish up so I'm ready for the gym and going. Now the solo thing, no, the solo. I'm sorry, whatever it's called. The drink you recommended. Or is it?
Yep.
It has CO2. Wouldn't that bloat me a little bit?
It shouldn't because it also has ginger in there too, so it should settle everything.
So I don't have to really worry about that part too much.
It's a good formula. The guarana, the ginger, that'll stimulate digestion, so it's not going to leave you bloated at all.
Okay,
But
because
it's good too because it has B vitamins and stuff in it.
mhm.
So it's decent formula overall.
So you like that better over a pre-workout?
Pre-workout's good too. I change them every now and again. But like once I found Celsius, it's quick, it's convenient, and the formulation is really like not only caffeine but green tea extract, guarana, stuff that's actually going to stimulate fat burning.
Hmm. So in other words, that like a excuse me, healthy version of a energy drink. In other words.
Yeah, it's a real healthy version of something like Red Bull.
All right. So that's all I have for today. What about you? You got anything else?
Yeah, how has a Mountain Dew creeped in at all
No,
this week?
zero so far.
Oh, fantastic.
The most I had was a vitamin water was today with dinner. So I know that's not the greatest, but it's better than Mountain Dew, of course.
Yeah.
and maybe a little bit green tea. I get it, like those Arizona green tea. Again, then not the greatest, but it's better than soda. What do you think?
100%.
Yeah,
It's all steps in the right direction. It's because if you're too strict, it makes it's too restrictive. It's hard to stick with. But if you do like little swaps here and there, like hey, if I do iced tea instead of soda, definitely step in the right direction. That way it's able to be sustainable over the long term.
yeah. I'm probably gonna have maybe a soda over the weekend, like one. You know what I'm saying? Not like the what is it, 12 ounce bottle? You know what I'm talking about, the small ones.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's a little treat for myself for the week. But that's it. Sodas, I mean, avoiding
yeah.
with plague.
Yeah, and that's good. If you sort of plan it for like, hey, whatever Saturday, that's when I'll have it. That's great. As long as it's not coming in the other day, that's okay. It's not going to hold you back.
Yeah, like once a week, like you said last time, is not a big deal. Excuse me, every single day. That's where it comes a problem.
Yeah. In regard to a workout
Hmm.
schedule, what days do you plan just so I know to put it in the schedule correctly? Are you like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or like what does that look like for you exactly?
It kind of, oh, excuse me. It kind of rotates all the time because we're going on with my mom with her cancer, her treatment, stuff like that. So this week was supposed to be Monday through Thursday, but that got thrown off today because of her treatments again. So now it's gonna be for the rest of the week. It's definitely gonna be gym tomorrow, and I'm probably gonna hit it on Sunday. That's my next available day to be able to do it because the other days like I stream in and work.
Okay. Thursday and Sunday. So basically, we're gonna use that type of template where it's push pull, and we repeat it twice a week. So basically, let's say you have the first two. Then when you go to if you're gonna go to work out Thursday again, if you didn't do the push, you would do the push again, and then followed by the pull on Sunday. Yep.
Yeah. So in other words, day one is day three again.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to ask you
Just
that
getting
too.
Yeah, just getting started. That way we get used to a push pull routine, and then we can start to make tweaks from there. But also want to know like, hey, do the exercises feel okay? Are you feeling them? I know we're going to probably maybe up the weight or up the reps a little
The
bit or
only
the
one,
sets.
and I remind you, the only one I did not like was the reverse. It was yesterday. I can't remember which one it was. I had to sit the bench backwards. Reverse. You know, you do a butterflies reverse. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the only one that felt very awkward for me.
Okay. You could do it on the chest fly
I
machine
was
too.
thinking the same thing actually. I was gonna ask you that
Yeah,
next.
if you face it the other way, why that's important is because anytime you're lifting in front of you that and benching, that's going to be the front shoulder, but it's very hard to get the back of the shoulder. So that's where those come in. Because if you build the back up too, you'll get nice rounded shoulders
Hmm.
that way.
Okay, definitely. All right, that's all I have. That's all on my side. What about you?
Yeah, how do you feel things are going so far?
So far, so good. I would have said something by now. I
What
think I just can't wait to get start shedding and seeing differences in my body. That's what the part I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely are you tracking progress? You have a picture?
I was gonna do that tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow, the latest. Take a picture. I was gonna do with clothes, one with just shorts. You know what I'm talking
Yep.
about. One just regular laying down, like straight, and one flexing. Or you just want more flex or non-flex. How you want to do it exactly?
Yeah, do as many as you get. It's good because then you could compare them in a couple of weeks.
Mm,
But definitely, you want to get the front without a shirt, and definitely a side view without the shirt, just so we could see what things are looking like. And then it's good to gauge because then every couple of weeks you take a new picture, and now you can compare and contrast. Because if you're just using the mirror, it's very hard to keep track of. You're like, oh, like, am I losing weight, gaining weight? Because the scale may stay similar, it may stay around the same, but the body is changing the way it looks.
yeah. Okay. I'll definitely take those pictures and get them over to you as soon as I can. So I'm looking forward to see some progress. This is my thing.
Absolutely. What do you feel you need help from me with the most?
Mm. A new body. How's that sound?
If
um.
I could grant it to you, I would
Yeah.
do it right away.
I like to get it. Like I said, like last time, I like to get a better chest, a little better arms. The gut needs to go down. A little bit of everything. I want the whole package. If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, the feedback I have on the conversation me and Nick had is don't overcomplicate it. I never thought of that. I'm always trying to overcomplicate things, even my streams, even my everything. And I'm a worse critic to say that. So pretty much, I try to like do like all these workouts in one day. Like for example, I was doing like 5 different chest workouts versus keep it like down to two and do something else and move on. Keep it moving, like they say. Never thought of that. Never thought of that. Let's start with a nice foundation. Let's get you in the gym. That's all that matters. Get to the gym. I don't care if you have to walk for 5 minutes and that's all you do, and then 5 minutes turns into a half hour, 5 to 10, and so on. Never thought of that. Never thought about taking small steps. And that's the difference between a coach and a trainer. A coach is going to be there with you the whole time. I never thought I would have a coach, to be honest with you guys. People recommended it all the time. And I'm thinking, is it worth it? I thought I couldn't afford one. I'll be straight with you guys. I don't really talk about this too much, but I'll be honest. We always going to have money issues. I just mentioned to that somebody else I know who she's struggling with weight loss and she really wants to lose weight. And I told her, we're always going to struggle with money. But there's one thing you cannot get back. It's time and effort. The reason I say effort, you can see in a second. Time you can get back. You can pull 20 hours at work and you lose that with loved ones or family, girlfriend, kids, whatever. But if you're putting all the time, you're not taking your health. You're losing time with your loved ones, the effort part. You got to put the effort at work, at the gym, so you can spend more time. You're more healthier, longer on this planet. You see where I'm going with this. My parents both were very ill. I mentioned this before. My mother finds stage 3 cancer. I managed that. She's also other issues. Diabetes, heart problems, and some other stuff. COPD, and so on. My mom has been a big woman always. Like guys, straight up. My father just recently had an open heart surgery. Getting a little scared today. I thought he had an issue with his heart, but he's cool. But he never took care of himself. I remember him always working 13, 15, 16, 20 hours a day. He was a cab driver, self-employed. One thing he would eat, like McDonald's, Pizza Hut. Even now, to this day, his favorite meal is McDonald's. Don't ask me why. That's his favorite meal. That's good for him. But I don't want to be like that. I still want to enjoy my food. I still going to enjoy it. And that will time and come. Like me and Nick said, we can have a cheat meal, but not a cheat day. A cheat day, you just lose all that progress. Why? So keep that in track. Keep yourself in check. Working out, it helps. Now, I know I'm going to get shit for this because I am training with a woman. Okay. She doesn't know much as I do, or more as Nick, and Nick knows more both together. But I know a pretty good amount. But she keeps me a lot checked in. She keeps me, what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to think of the right word for this. Accountability. Not accountability to the workouts, not accountability to anything. Just to show up to the gym. If I know that she's there. The second person to give me accountability is my boy CQ. He's keeping me in check. Reminds me why I'm doing this sometimes. I know it's hard, but you have to. I know there's a long journey ahead of me. I'm documenting the whole series, but it's gonna be worth it in the end. So, except that today, I'll leave it to that. The high note, long journey. Please do us all a favor. Do me a favor. Do Nick a favor. Be very shredded favor. Please leave the like, share, and subscribe. That's all I'm gonna do. It's free. Come on. Except that, stay fresh, guys.